You know, it caught some people, oh, nearly everybody, by surprise when not long ago we heard whispers of a Ben Solo movie. Adam Driver actually came out and said, we were working on a Hunt for Ben Solo movie for 2 years, but Disney turned it down. Well, then we found out that Steven Soderbergh was the guy behind it, and he was actually going to direct it. Well, now Soderbergh is coming out expressing a lot of frustration that this movie didn't happen. This comes from the folks at Variety, writing that Disney axed Star Wars sequel, The Hunt for Ben Solo, without even asking about the budget or other details, says Soderbergh. It's insane, and we were all frustrated. Goes on to write this. Steven Soderbergh is continuing to be open about his Adam Driver starring scrapped Star Wars movie, The Hunt for Ben Solo. In a new interview with BK Magazine, the Oscar-winning filmmaker said, it was no surprise to read Kathleen Kennedy's Lucasfilm exit interview and hear about her frustrations over Disney axing The Rise of Skywalker, a follow-up movie which would have brought Driver back as the fan favorite Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. We were all frustrated, Soderbergh said. You know, that was 2.5 years of free work for me and Adam and writer Rebecca Blunt. When Adam and I discussed him talking about it publicly, I said, look, do not editorialize or speculate about the why. Just say what happened because all we know is what happened. The stated reason was we don't think Ben Solo could be alive. And that was all we were told. And so there was nothing to talk about, except move on. Now it goes on to say this. I kind of made the movie in my head and it just felt bad that nobody else was going to see it. The director continued. I thought the conversation was strictly going to be a practical one. Where they go? What is this going to cost? And I had a really good answer for that, but it never even got to that point. It's insane. We're all very disappointed. All right. One little caveat I should throw in here first, because I know there's probably a lot of people who raise an eyebrow going, they made them work on this for 2 years without paying them anything. That's because Disney never asked them to do it.
Yeah.
This was something they undertook on their own, that they wanted to do, put it all together, and then came to Disney and pitched it. And apparently Kathleen Kennedy was going to greenlight it. She was behind it. She was all for it. But Disney stepped in and said no. Didn't even ask about the budget. Didn't ask about how they're going to do it, whatever. They simply said, we don't believe Ben Solo would be alive. And then killed it right there. And I'm going to tell you what. Thank God. I'll say it. Thank God. It was the right decision to kill this. I don't care how good it would have been. Putting out any movie. This is why I question the sanity and why I don't believe this new Rey movie is actually going to happen. Because Disney execs, I believe, understand more than the Lucasfilm execs understood. You need to get the sequel trilogy behind you. And every bit as much as they need to get the vomit-inducing prequel franchise behind them, they need to get the sequel series behind them. Because while they made a lot of money, they do. I'm not pretending they didn't. They also caused a lot of strife and division in the fan community. Ending up, and even somebody like me who's a big Star Wars defender, watching The Rise of Skywalker and going, this is one of the most putrid things I've ever seen. They need to get out of sight, out of mind. Don't retcon it, but don't talk about it. Just move on. And I think when Disney, I don't know, that might have been the last thing when they realized Kathleen Kennedy's going to greenlight what? All right, now we really got to move on. It's like, no. This is one of those great examples where studio interference is a good thing. Now, listen, I love Adam Driver, and I like the Ben Solo character. But trying to continue on the movies that were known as the sequel trilogy is folly. It's absolute misguided folly. You need to move on. It's not Adam Driver's fault. It's not why am I freezing on the girl who plays Rey?
Daisy Ridley.
It's not Daisy Ridley's fault. It just is what it is. And God bless Steven Soderbergh for like putting together a fan film idea and, you know, getting a meeting with some people to see if he could make it work. That's great. But it would have been an absolutely idiotic, just as I think it's an idiotic idea for them to try to do a Rey movie. And I like the Rey character and I really like Daisy Ridley. And even I will tell you it's a stupid idea to try to do another Rey movie. It's a stupid idea to try to bring back Ben Solo. Not Adam Driver's fault, but it is what it is. And listen, I understand the frustration. I also have worked on some stuff for a year or two that ultimately had it go nowhere. That's frustrating. Everybody who works in Hollywood has had something like that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the right decision to not let this happen. They're trying to move on. We've got a Starfighter movie coming now. The first opportunity for Star Wars truly to move on. And I think it would just be dragged down if they actually pursued this Rey thing or pursued a Ben Solo thing. As much as I like the characters, as much as I like the actors who play them, this would have been a dumb idea, Rob. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Factor. Cold days, packed schedules, and let's be honest, when February hits, staying on track with eating well gets tough. And that's why I love Factor. Factor makes eating healthy deliciously easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs so you can eat well without the planning, shopping, or cooking. One of my main go-to meals lately is their high protein options. You're getting quality functional ingredients like lean proteins, colorful vegetables, whole foods, and healthy fats. Plus, they have over 100 rotating weekly meals, including Calorie Smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 support, ready-to-eat salads, and even their new Muscle Pro collection for strength and recovery. Everything arrives fresh, never frozen, and is ready in about 2 minutes. All that and more is why I highly recommend Factor. Head to factormeals.com/Campea50off and use the code Campea50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Eat like a pro this month with Factor. New subscribers only, varies by plan. One free breakfast item per box for 1 year while subscription is active. Anyway, you read this interview. What did you take away from it?
Well, like what you were saying, I mean, they just kind of decided in their own minds to do it. And because, look, this is why you can't, like, I always meet filmmakers, young filmmakers that come to me and say, I'm going to write a script about my favorite franchise, you know, and I'm like, look, don't do that. You know, write an original screenplay. It doesn't behoove you to put any time and money and effort into trying to create something that somebody else already owns. Like to do a Star Wars, to write a Star Wars script on spec or develop a Star Wars project on spec is pure folly. And Soderbergh knew this. So did Adam Driver, and so did the woman who was writing the script for them. I mean, this was a long shot vanity project, and you can't get mad. I love Steven Soderbergh. He's one of my favorite filmmakers. I mean, I can't wait to see Ocean's 14. All the way back to Sex, Lies, and Videotape, I've been a fan of his. But he knows better than this, and to have any indignation about it seems a little silly to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who's gonna greenlight this?
Mm-hmm. It seems very. I don't want to, like. Obviously, he's a professional.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, I hate to say this, but it seemed very amateurish.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that from where I'm coming from, but it just did.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't know why. You know.
I think about that scene in Empire Strikes Back where Han Solo comes out and he's like, "They never even asked me any questions." Right. I can see Soderbergh coming out. They're like, "They never even asked me the budget."
Yeah, because the folks at Disney knew it doesn't matter what the budget is. We're never going to get Star Wars on the road to recovery if we just keep picking at the scab of the sequel trilogy.
Although I will say this, I would love to see Steven Soderbergh direct a Star Wars movie.
Yes.
That's the one fascinating thing about
the characterization he would bring. I mean,
yeah.
Can you imagine like an Ocean's 11 set in the Star Wars universe with the kind of new characters that
I would love it.
I mean, that would be something really worth seeing.
I guarantee you, if Steven Soderbergh went to them with an original idea, they would absolutely take the meeting.
Sure.
100% they'd take the meeting. But yeah, this one, and it concerns me. It just really reemphasizes to me how badly Kathleen Kennedy needed to go. The fact that she was so blinded to think that, oh yeah, this is a great idea. Fans will love this. No, they won't, Kathleen. And thank goodness Disney stepped in. It is concerning to me, though, to also read in the article that Dave Filoni and
John Favreau.
Lin-Wen,
Lin-Wen
Brennan, his co-president of Lucasfilm. It's concerning to me that those two were also going to greenlight this.
That was a little scary.
And like, that's not good. So Disney absolutely did the right thing to kill
Unless
this
the
thing.
script was really great,
I'm guessing
which
it's
I would
Filco was in
imagine
it.
probably was.
But you know what? Even if the script read great,
Yeah, I know.
you cannot move on. You know what it's like? It's like trying to date a new girl when your ex-girlfriend is still your roommate. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Your new
Right.
relationship is not gonna make progress as long as your ex is still in the other bedroom. It ain't gonna happen. So yeah, it was the right move by Disney. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Steven Spielberg, listen, I get the frustration. He worked on this for years. He really thought it was going to happen. He's saying it was really frustrating that they didn't get to make The Hunt for Ben Solo. But I think saner minds prevail, because this would have been lunacy to do this, I think, and damning the Star Wars property, setting them back 10 more years in trying to recover. Anyway, whatever you guys think about this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.